Battle Royale. Right here we have 40 crossbowmen.
Sausage man.
I'm topping up my glass while we record.
With a sorcerer, level 4.
And a sausage.
There we have a unit of 10 corsairs with handbows, followed by a unit of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 corsairs. So a very hand-to-handy army. These forests are both blood forests, meaning that they're pretty nasty. Here we've got 10 corsairs again, and behind them some Dark Elf. They're not executioners, they're the ones with halberds and stubborn. So they're nasty hand-to-hand elite. Over here we've got 10 Dark Riders, and over here we've got a unit of 5 Shades. On the Orc side we have a Snotling Pump Wagon. We've got a unit of Biggins with 2 choppers. We've got a unit of 3 Goblin Chariots. We've got 1, 2 Mangler Squigs. We've got a battery here of a Doom Diver and a Rock Lobber. And we've got a horde, oh my goodness, of 40 Savage Orcs with 2 choppers. Inside you've got my General, my Shaman. Behind I've got another Goblin Shaman and my BSB. Then I've got a unit of 20 Black Orcs, the Magic Standard, 6 Trolls, and a Doom Diver up on the hill. So, Michael's turn 1. So at the end of turn 1, Dark Elves shot and killed a Doom Diver, which is very upsetting.
Yay!
Corsairs have moved forward. The Corsairs and the, what are they called? Blackguard have moved forward. The Scouts have moved our way from the Banestone, and the Riders have come forward, shot their crossbows at my pump wagon, and taken some wounds off. So now it's Orc and Goblin turn 1. Okay, Orc turn number 1. We shot, actually no we didn't, we did Foot of Gork on these crossbowmen and took out 8, which was pretty good. We tried to cast a spell over here, but my Goblin Mage found out that he had the Ring of Hotek in that unit, which meant he miscast because of his magic mushroom. So that was pretty nasty.
It's a good way not to do drugs.
Yes, don't do drugs. My Trolls and Black Orcs and Savage Orcs all held, not wanting to risk getting too close to those nasty crossbowmen. My Mage moved up here, my little Goblin Mage, next to the Rock Lobber. Now the Rock Lobber rolled a hit for the first time in a long time and took out 5 of those of his elite unit with the General. I'm after that because I've taken out 1 standard already. If I kill that unit, then I lose. He loses a standard and his General, so I win the battle because of our victory conditions. Over here we had some lovely action. My Orcs and my pump wagon declared a charge on his light cavalry, who stood and shot at the pump wagon and then ran away. They got away from the Orcs, but they didn't get away from the pump wagon. Now the Shades were hit by the Orcs and they chose to flee, so they've run away, and that's that. The Goblins on the chariots were picked up by the hand of Gork and put down, and that's the end of Orc and Goblin turn 1.
What?
Ta-da! Okay.
Devastation.
Dark Elf turn 2. These guys stayed up here, chilling. The Mage and these dudes came forward and they shot 80 shots or 1,000,000 shots, I can't remember how many, over here.
40.
And killed 4 of my elite Black Orcs. Shot them down. I'm very upset about that. These Corsairs moved up, frothing wildly. The Blackguard moved up. The Corsairs charged my chariots, which was very nasty. No impact hits. They did 2 wounds to the chariots, so they're all still there. And they took 3 wounds, but they didn't. They've made their break test. Over here, the Shades rallied, and Johnny Longsocks pulled out.
Superman Ninja Assassin.
Superman Ninja Assassin. So now it's Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orc turn 2. The Black Orcs shuffled across. The Trolls moved up to glare at these huge frenzied mob of Corsairs coming. Savage Orcs moved slightly.
Cheeky buggers.
And then cast Foot of Gork. Where are they? On these archers, killing 9 of them. Then the Doomdiver shot at these Corsairs. Actually, he didn't shoot at them, he shot somewhere else, but they
copped it.
They copped it, and they lost 6. The Manglers moved up in front of his general's unit, making that a dangerous place to be. In this combat here, the Corsairs took the remaining wound on one of the chariots, which went down, and the remaining 2 chariots with the wolves, mainly, took off 3 of the Corsairs. The remaining guy made his save, his leadership test, so he's legit. These guys moved through, and the pump wagon charged his super assassin squad and wiped them out. So we're very happy about that. So Michael's turn.
It's all thanks to the wheels.
Michael's turn 3. Yeah, thanks to the wheels of steel. So Dark Elf turn 3. Crossbowman shot and took out another 3 of the Black Orcs. The Corsairs, both your Corsair units charged into the Trolls, killing a Troll. The Trolls did really well going back, killing I think 8 Corsairs in total from both units. So not 16, just 8. And it was a drawn combat. These guys had a musician, so they won, and the Trolls made their test. So my anvil has worked. Over here, his general left the unit to charge the chariot unit. He killed a chariot. The remaining chariot killed the Corsair unit that was in combat, so that's that unit gone.
The single one.
A single one left. And his mage cast Blade Wind on my unit of Savage Orcs. Luckily just move across so there's a bit more light. Luckily the magic resistance and the ward save meant that nobody took a wound. And he used a lot of dice, so he got a miscast and suffered a wound. He didn't get sucked into the vortex, but suffered a wound. So, unfortunately the template didn't touch any of his remaining guys, so that was a bit annoying, but next time. Now on to Orc turn 3. Okay, Orc and Goblin turn 3. The Black Orcs charged to help the Trolls out against the Corsairs squad, as did the General. Between the 3 units, they destroyed the little Corsair squad, and the Black Orcs overran close to the crossbowmen, and they broke the big Corsair squad. The Trolls chased, they didn't catch. The General just chilled, and he wasn't going to follow them up. The Savage Orcs just hung out, did nothing. The Mage miscast again because of the Ring of Hotep, but as did the Little Goblin. The Little Goblin cast a spell at the remaining 2 of the Blackguard, knowing well he had the miscast ring, killed them with the magic missile spell he cast, but also blew up and scared off the Doomdiver crew, who ran off, which is a shame. The Dark Elf General wiped out the remaining chariot, which is no surprise, and so he turned around, ready to head back this way in his turn, and my pump wagon moved back around, and my Orcs moved across So I won the battle, taking his standard and this standard here, and the other standard, so I've won on fortitude, but we're going to play on just to get our hands a bit more bloody. Alright, Dark Elf turn 4. Okay, a couple of minutes later, the Dark Elf turn 4. These archers shot furiously into my Black Orcs, taking out another 3, I think, so they've really suffered badly under the wither of crossbows. These guys shot at my Orcs. Unfortunately, tyranny of distance and multi-shot meant they only killed 1. The Corsairs rallied, so they are ready to rock and roll. I forgot to mention in the last turn, or the beginning of the last turn, this obelisk shoots bolt out at anyone close enough, and it did a wound to the Mangler-squigs. It also, the turn before last, zapped and killed Michael's mage, so that's how she died. Michael's general charged across, and then we had a lovely battle of the generals. My general struck first. He had a magic weapon that let him do that, and he did 3 wounds against Michael's general. At such a high strength that his armour wasn't going to work, so he had a ward save. He failed 2 of those and passed 1, but then I had a magic item, the other's Trickster's Shard, which made him have to re-roll successful wards, so he failed the re-roll, so he took 3 wounds before he struck. So the Orc war boss, big Black Orc war boss, smashed and killed Michael's general. So again, Michael's lost. We're just going to play on and see. We'll finish this turn. So that was Michael's turn 4. I'll finish my turn 4, and then we'll call it that.
That's if I have any miniatures left at the end of turn 4.
So end of the game. Orc and Goblin turn 4. We've had the Black Orcs take out 1 unit of archers and then overrun them, take them out, and then run into these crossbowmen. So that's where they're sitting at the end of the day. The general, the trolls, and this Orc unit with the banner of going really fast got across and took out the remaining Corsairs to a man. They lost a troll and lost a wound off a troll, but they did a good job, so the trolls did well. The Mangler-squig went through my unit and took out all these guys, unfortunately, so pretty horrific losses there, but that's what you get for a Mangler-squig. Pump Wagon just hung out. Rocklobber is alive, missed the crossbowman, and this unit, pretty good bunker for my mage. Didn't lose many men, I think lost 1 or 2 men, but didn't really do much, so not sure about that. Didn't have to do much, but still didn't do much. So at the end of 4 turns, what do you think?
It was a good game, but I'm very disappointed.
What did you think of the mission?
The mission? Hardcore, especially with the terrain we had.
Yeah.
Never-ending story statue in the middle was a devastator, so it's all involved.
Yeah, so this statue here was zapping everything around it. It was a scary statue or whatever it was called, zapped people, and took a Mangler-squig out, took a lot of miniatures off, zapping, so it was hard having such an aggressive piece of terrain in the middle of the board, but we did alright, so good game. Yep, looking good.
Definitely a good game. I'll make sure